Later on, what we'll do, we'll enable OSPF to RIP redistribution, RIP to OSPF redistribution. That's something we can do it later on in a separate section again. As of now, we just want the RIP to run. So we'll go back to the router 3 first. We'll configure the RIP on the router 3, where I'm going to advertise the networks based on the basic routing. We'll simply advertise the 10 dot network. That will be good enough because all are 10 dot networks. So everything will be advertised. And we'll go back to my FTD here. As here, we can go to the device and the device management. And from here, we'll go to the FTD, which is our FTD here. As you can see, the interfaces we already have. We go to the routing, and under the routing section, we'll select the protocol RIP, which I want to enable. So we enable the RIP. So we typically say send and receive version 2, which is more common, or generally version 2 is something we use, which will support the class-led networks and other things. And this will generate the default route. If you remember the default route advertisement, that is something default route will be advertised. We found the option here itself. And additionally, if you're doing some route filtering, we use route maps, but generally we don't do much of those filtering in the firewalls. We do it on the routers. And which network you want to advertise? I want to advertise the 10 dot network. So we'll DMZ network, DMZ connected interface. And that DMZ connected network is the IP, the subnet, which is running 10.0.30./24. So this is the network what we are connecting here. So we'll select this DMZ connected network and advertise that in the RIP. That's it. We don't have too many options are not available because RIP is something not widely used. But if you are running a basic routing without any other options, you can do it. Additionally, if you want to redistribute, we'll come back to this. The passive interface options like disabling the like you don't want to send the RIP updates on the LAN interface. You can add that. This is to disable sending any updates. Mostly the advanced options we can add it here. So as of now, we'll just keep it. This is not required, not mandatory. So we can just leave it because we don't have we are not advertising the interface. So now in my case, now the passive interface is something I also recommend you to enable. In case if you are advertising a 10 dot network, maybe you don't want to advertise RIP on this network. So we can add the passive here. We are just leaving this option. Click on save. Validating the configurations and most likely the deploy option, which is going to deploy. I'm going to deploy, select the FTD1, which is something we have set, and make a notes. You can add the notes and you can simply click on deploy. Now, as you can see, the deployment process is going on. So what I should expect is, in terms of verification, I should expect the RIP routes. When I say show route RIP, I think I should be able to see the RIP routes. And additionally, on the router 3, I should expect the default route will be coming in the RIP, right? Because the router 3, we don't have the neighborship options to verify. But what I should expect is when I say show IP route RIP on the router side, I'm expecting the default route to be advertised. And on the FTD side, I'm expecting the routes, the loopbacks must be coming up once we finish up the deployment process. So let's wait for the deployment process to go ahead and complete. These are some of the verification commands. Okay. Now, same way we can use other one, and I think the deployment process is completed. So let's expect the routes. Now, as you can see, this 40 dot network is also advertised because that comes under the 10 dot subnet. As you can see, the topology, that's where, the option will help. The passive interface option will help. So as you can see the topology on the FTD, I have advertised 10.0.30.subnet /24. Even though I have given the RIP doesn't consider this, it will simply advertise all the 10 dots, which means this is 10 dot and this is 10 dot. These are not 10 dots. So these two networks are automatically advertised. Maybe you don't want to advertise this interface, then we can enable the passive interface DMZ4. You can do that. But I'll just leave it as it is because I will be running RIP here as well. So, or you can run OSPF. Or if you don't want this network to be advertised, like I said, you can go back. Now, these are a little bit some advanced routing options you will see in the CCNP level, where you have to know these options a little bit. Because if you are advertising some network which are not supposed to advertise, then that may be some routing issues. Means you don't want some networks to get advertised. In that scenarios, we can use passive interface command. So we go to the RIP, and I'm going to say that uh, the DMZ4 network should not be advertised. So the passive interface, DMZ4 interface, should be passive, which means it should not be sending or receiving any updates. Because I'm not going to run OSPF on that side. Okay, so let's keep OSPF on that side. We'll quickly deploy. And once I finish off the deployment process, select the device. And meantime, once you finish the deployment process, you should not see this. And likewise, we can go ahead and verify show route RIP. I'm expecting these 10.3 routes, which are the loopbacks of the router 3, confirms that we are exchanging the routes from the router. And likewise, I should be able to ping to any one of the loopback. If you are able to test, that is fine. Reachability is also there. And once we wait for the deployment process, you should not see this. But anyway, this is not going to be a big issue. But sometimes you don't want to advertise some interfaces by mistake. Most of the time, you don't run RIP. That's what, because there are many limitations with RIP. So you probably will be running OSPF everywhere. And that's the reason we'll go back to the here, we'll run the OSPF here. Okay. But before that, we'll also do some redistribution part. Okay.